What is going on, everybody? Um, so I'm making this video this morning here to kind of set a few things in line about the network. The network is the network. It does not have any wannabe FCC field agents. I am not an FCC field agent by any means. I am not the police of the airwaves, nor do I expect anybody else on the network to be the police of the airwaves. Um, there was a gentleman that joined, and he converted a fucking all-star node into one, and it was quick and easy for him to go back to All Star because he came from All Star and he apparently swerved out of a lane and didn't realize it. This is not an amateur community. This is a GMRS community. We do not try to police or dictate what goes on the network. It's a community. It truly is a community of people and individuals that are all adults. And like I stated, none of us are field agents for the Federal Communication Commissions, and I don't expect anybody to be. And so for somebody to come in to our community and try to start policing it, well, was surprised by the lack of unpolicing, I guess, of not being policed and governed, and where they're used to a repeater that has somebody to answer to them, somebody to say, hey, you're not supposed to do that, where this network does not have that, because pretty much everybody on the network has some skin in the game. That's where it differs. We don't have to bend down and kiss the feet of a repeater owner and say thank you for letting us use your equipment. You know, each and everybody that's on here, besides for a small handful of people, don't have to do that. I mean, I have a user on mine. There's a couple people that are starting to use the California repeater that's out there, and they're digging it out there in California because it really is a freedom network. I do not try to dictate or police what goes on here. You know, the only thing that I step in for is if I hear like a dead key. Somebody does get out of control with playing music, which nobody actually has. We're all adults here. Um, Nobody actually has gotten out of control of playing long clips of music. Um, the system does have a 3 minute timeout timer. So eventually, even if I'm not around or the admins aren't around, it will get, hit that timeout timer. But that's really the only thing that would stop a node from being able to talk on here. Um, and it's not even so much as stop, it's stop for the moment until the repeater or the node owner, I should say, the Radio Box SN owner, has been made aware of a situation that's happening. And if it's the owner, well, then, you know, dude, you did it for a little bit too long. You got dropped. There's not more than I could say about it. A couple second clips here and there is a minute or so just to get a song across. That's the thing is we're a diverse group of people and we all listen to different things. you may not like what I listen to, but you might like what Dave listens to. Or and to be honest with you, I'd rather hear the actual artist that sung it, or the person, because some of today's music is not artist. The person who actually sung the song versus Dave singing it. Love you, Dave, but he still sings. Um, and we've lost people. That we had a person that when he disappeared, I asked him what's up, and he's like, "Oh, I can't take Dave singing anymore." Well, sorry, dude. That's your problem. If I get tired of listening to Dave singing, I turn my radio off for a little bit, or I'll start talking to him. That's the thing. When you hear somebody playing some music or singing or just rambling, pick up your damn microphone and respond. Just say, "Hey, how's your day going?" You know, People always enjoy sharing how their day is gone. So I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. I appreciate the ones that have been sticking around. And, I did share an email that I received yesterday on an email, and I did share it on Facebook. So for those of you that aren't on the Facebook, check it out. It's the GMRS Linked Network. And I mean, this guy he first went on to say, "Hey, what is up with our URL across the top of the banner?" And, the URL across the top of the banner, I tried to make an HTTPS, so then it came secure. So then you don't have to say, "Yes, I trust this website." Apparently, when I installed the stupid thing to make it have the S on it, I didn't do the auto renew correctly. So it lasted for 3 months and then it jammed. And it jammed on the machine that it was on the server that it was coming from. So all I did was had to redirect it to one of the other servers, and it's back up. And to be honest, I kind of forgot about it because the auto renew was supposed to be working. um, you know, and that's the type of question that, why not just ask me on the radio? I try to make a point to be on the radio, but by that point he's already unplugged, so he would never ask me. Um, there's things that I don't need to be emailed about. Just talk to me as like I'm a human and on the radio. The whole point was you joined to talk to people. Well, talk to me. Quit fucking sending me a goddamn email. I have no problems with answering people's questions if you talk to me on the radio. You know, if you have a radio, don't that I understand if you don't have one. If you don't have a radio box that's or a path into the network, but this guy did. Um, as far as the language goes, um, it goes back to, I'm not the radio police, nor do I expect anybody else to. Let the FCC do their job and let us be us. That's the thing. If they really had a big deal or an issue with it, we're all adults here and we are all responsible for ourselves. I'm not responsible for the way you talk on your radio, just like you're not responsible for the way I talk on my radio. Just because you own the hardware doesn't mean shit. But I can't stress it enough in the videos and stuff that we are a modern, new aged community of radio operators. We are not the traditional 7-3s or 10-4 good buddy, or whatever the fuck else the case may be. We tell each other, "Have a good night. We'll talk to you later. Appreciate for the conversation." And I hear somebody say, "What's up?" I answer, "What's going on? How's your day going?" And I could always tell a new person, because the new person comes on and he throws out his call sign. We don't really do that around here too much. I mean, granted, you're in charge of your own license. Do what you want. If you want to fucking throw that fucking government issued ID out, I mean, go for it. To me, it's no worse than a fucking inmate number for the people across the street. You know, it's a rule. It's states. If they wanted to actually come and actually do anything to me, they have to do their procedures first, and they haven't. So who are you to sit here and criticize me? You know, you're not an FCC field agent. You know, you might think you are, but you're not. And yes, you've seen my call sign expired back in April. Well, they're the ones that open the door to having family members have your call sign. I am just taking advantage of a family member that has a call sign, and I just don't feel like making it public. So, what's it in your business? I could present it if I am asked by an FCC field agent, which I have stated none of you are. So, yeah, this is kind of geared towards people that I'm trying to just educate about the network. I don't want people to waste their hard earned money on something that they feel they might not fit in because they feel like being a yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got a yes, sir. Well, we are not by the books by any means. We are not a traditional radio network. We might have GMRS in our name. Well, yes, we are GMRS, and we are trying to change the face of it. General Mobile Radio Service, where you have to be 18 or older to purchase a license. It might qualify for under your kid, but you are the license holder, and you are responsible for what your child hears. You know, I get so sick of the comments. Oh, I can't have the radio on because of the kids in the room and blah blah blah. It's called be a parent. I should really make a mix up because I listen to all kinds of radio stations. I really should make a mix up of all the different words that I am hearing on the FM radio. Granted, it might not be fuck, but pretty damn close. And all they are talking about is fucking drinking whiskey and fucking, or smoking weed and robbing banks. So, I'm sorry, you heard me grow on the radio and say, God damn it, motherfuckers, my fucking truck broke down. You know, now I'm out of work. I'm sitting here on a Friday morning when I should be going to work, and my fucking truck broke down. So, I'm sorry. I am voicing how I feel. I believe I still have that freedom. Oh, wait, I don't know. The country is turning upside down, so I might not have the freedom to say fuck anymore.